Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're going to be doing a binder maintenance video. There have been so many comebacks recently that I need to organize and get it all set up and prepped for all these new comebacks. I did get a new binder I'm excited to use, and I also prepped some card fillers for the new comebacks to put into my binders. I want to show you guys these. I'm so excited. I made some custom TXT fillers for my OT5 collection. I loved how these turned out, and I'm excited to use these for the new comeback. So we're going to be setting up for TXT, we're setting up for Stray Kids Karma, we're going to do a little update for my Hisung and Hypin collection, and then I need to set up for both of the recent aespa comebacks, as well as cards for my Mark collection for his solo debut and also the recent NCT Dream comeback. I also have a couple fillers for my Son AT's collection. And then we are going to work on Zero Base 1. So if you guys want to keep up with my collections, go ahead and like and subscribe. I will be storing a lot of these cards in my next storing video. And if you become interested in any of the supplies we use for this video, you can always use my codes and my links will be in the bio. But yeah, let's go ahead and get into this binder maintenance video. First, we're going to start in my Enhypen binder. I collect Hisung. He is my bias. So I collect all of his Korean album cards. I also want to do a little makeover because I feel like this is just very unorganized. I have these in single-sided pages, but I do have double-sided pages. So I want to switch these out because I want to have like a whole comeback, do a full spread. I do something similar for my Mingyu 17 collection. So we're going to clean this up a little bit because I have all of them just in order and then some comebacks bleed into the next and it's not that cute. So let's go ahead and do that. I double sleeve my photo cards, so I'm going to be using the double-sided A4 9 pocket pages in the V3 version for double sleeving cards. I love opening a new pack of these. Old Bias's packaging is so fun. It reminds me of like a blind box. Oh, that is so satisfying. So I casually got into Enhypen during Manifesto, and these were just album pulls. I was just lucky enough to pull my bias before he even became my bias. So I have these three. I'm gonna put these three in the middle of this first page. I'm not sure if I'm gonna collect the rest of his album cards for this comeback or not. I have so many of his other cards that are higher priority that I want to collect. Maybe eventually if I catch up with my Hisung collection, I'll go back and finish this page. And then like I said earlier, each spread is going to be its own comeback. So the first one is going to be from Dark Blood. So it looks like there are 12 cards on this page. I'll do the photo book versions, I think. Oops, sorry, let me move this. So we'll put the photo book versions on this side. We got Full Moon. I'll do Half Moon here. And then New Moon at the bottom. And then for this next page, I'm looking at a template because I forgot what the concepts look like. I put my Weverse cards on its own page for OT7. So I have these 5 cards to put on this page. I think I'm just going to do 2 rows. So I'll put the Weverse cards here. And then I'll put the engine cards on top. So that's everything for Dark Blood. Then next we're going to do Orange Blood. I remember I stored my Orange Blood cards incorrectly, so I need to fix that real quick. Because I put this engine card where the Sana card went, I think. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 cards. I will put the Sana cards up here. The Kalpa cards. I do believe I still have these on the way. And then I think on this page I want to do the engine cards. I'll put the Polaroid in the middle. And then I will put these 2 Weverse cards down here. So there is my setup for Orange Blood. Now we're going to go into Romance Untold. How many cards do we have here? So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. I'll put the first concept up here again. Then I'll just put the second concept here. Third one down here. And then I believe these are the engine cards. Weverse cards here. And I believe this card is an exclusive, so I'm going to put that one here. And that's everything for this comeback. Okay, next page is Daydream. I have a lot of lucky draws and pre-order benefits in this one. So it's not going to be in album order. I want to do it in the two different concepts. So I'll put this one on this side and then the one where he's like outside on this page. Okay, how do I want to store these? I have 6 cards. I think I want to put this one here. I'll do this one here. This one right here. Polaroid in the middle. And I like this one, so I'll put it toward the middle. And I'll put this one right here. I also need to update the sleeves to be more cohesive because I do have some with pink and some aren't, so I'll need to fix that. And then this page, I'll just put these 2 here, and I'll put these ones here. And I think I want to do filler cards for the empty spaces as well. This next page will be for the recent comeback. Let me double check which ones I need. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So maybe I can put all these on the same page because I think the make version and the keyring are in the same concept, right? Or is the keyring the same one as the mind concept? Okay, let me look it up real quick. Oh, I was so wrong. Okay, the keychain is the same as the U version. So I'll put that here. That actually works out. And then I'll put the mine ones down here. I do have a lot of pre-order benefits and lucky draws coming in as well, so I'll be able to use this page, and I'm going to fill it up with the Weavers cards because I'm collecting OT7 for the engine version since it was easy. I'll put the Weavers cards here, and I'll just fill up the rest of the page with my pre-order benefits and lucky draws. I will be doing an unboxing for those in a couple weeks, but that is everything we needed to set up for my Hisung collection. And then let's just go to my OT7 section, and we'll set up the sets we're collecting for Desire Unleash. This is my first time collecting multiple sets for a comeback. I usually just keep the OT7 set that comes with the Weavers albums, but this time there's also the Bath Bomb version, so we get a set for that. So first page I think will be for the engine, and then I'll do engine B, and then I'll do the character card. And then the next page will be for the Weaver C card, and then the page after will be for the Bath Bomb. And that is everything I need to set up for and Hypen today. Next, we're going to set up for my Ning Ning aespa collection. I feel like there's so many cards for Dirty Work. It's actually crazy. So I'm going to put the Dirty Case A here. I forgot which concept each card is in, so I'm probably going to rearrange these eventually, like as I get them. So that is everything for Dirty Work. And I also have 5 cards for Rich Man. So I'll just put that on the same page. I believe Energy version is the main one. Then there's the Burst version, Bag version, Barnes & Noble exclusive, and K-pop Nara exclusive. Luckily, they're not doing that many exclusives for Rich Man because I already have a lot going on here. You might notice there are a couple specific retailer exclusives that I'm missing on these filler cards, but that is because I boycott those specific retailers, so that I'm not going to be collecting those ones. If you know, you know. But now let's go into my OT4 section. Okay, for Dirty Work, I actually did pull a lot for the Dirty Worker version. I do have Ning Nings on the way, and whenever I get at least 3 members of each version, I just send it and get the other member to have a full OT4 set because I did pull Karina and Winter, so I already have those 2, and I have Ning Ning on the way, of course, since I collect her, so I'm going to be collecting OT4 for that set. I'm still debating if I want to get the Dirty Ring set because obviously it's such an expensive merch item. But yeah, that is everything I needed to set up for aespa. Next, we're going to set up for ATs for my song collection. I've been more of a casual listener for ATs, but this recent comeback I've really liked, so I am going to be collecting for San. I have all of San's cards for part 3. I actually pulled all of his Hello 82 exclusives and all his cards, so I'm excited for that. I just needed this. So I'm going to leave this page blank for all the rest of his cards. And then the only cards I'm going to be collecting for the In My Fantasy version are the album cards. And I'm only going to be collecting the album cards for the In My Fantasy version because Honestly, guys, there's way too many exclusives, and I'm tired. And I don't know, maybe I'll get flack for saying this, but I really just don't care to collect all the exclusives anymore for like ATEEZ and P1 Harmony, because I feel like they're all done by Hello 82. And the Hello 82 exclusives are so tired. Like, they're all just holding a prop or doing a simple pose, and they all have the same background. They're not unique. Like, I don't need a bunch of different cards with the same background and they're just holding a different prop. You know what I mean? Like, it's getting tired, and the cards are so expensive for no reason. So I think I'm just gonna stick to album cards for San, and maybe just like 1 or 2 exclusives here and there. Next, we're gonna work on my Jihyo collection. I already set up for the This Is For comeback, and I just recently got a new binder for my Jihyo collection, but I already got a new one because I feel like this one is so cute and it's gonna work perfectly. I feel like it's the perfect binder for my Jihyo collection. So I've always wanted a yellow binder, like always, and there just wasn't really a yellow binder on the market, but Alt Bias just released one a couple weeks ago, and so it was an instant buy for me. Like, I don't care. I had to get it. And it's a part of their window series. Like, look! Ah! I'm so excited to display one of the photo cards there on the front. It's so pretty. It has like sunflower detailing. And it's the deluxe size. My recent Jihyo binder was just the standard size, so it was already filling up really fast. So let's go ahead and set this up real quick and move all of my Jihyo cards into this binder. Oh my goodness, you guys. I'm so excited. This yellow binder is so pretty. So as usual, Prism Platinum binders come with backboards, the binder shield, and the index tabs. And this is the previous binder I had my Jihyo collection in. Obviously, still so pretty, so cute. But the My Universe line was more towards like BTS. So I think this yellow one definitely suits Jihyo a little more. So the last tab I usually use for big inclusions. Then I'm going to use the 4th tab for the This Is For comeback. Next tab are my strategy cards. And then we have With Youth. And the first tab is going to hold her solo debut. And I'm going to display this card again on the front. There is a pocket right here to slip it inside. And then you just close it up and adjust it from the front. Shut up. That is so cute. Ah, I am so excited. That is literally so cute. We're going to do a little side quest as well because Alt Bias released the outer cases for their A5 binders. The version 1s didn't come with outer cases. Alt Bias is amazing and released the outer cases for purchase. So I got the black one to match the Midnight binder. And that fits perfectly. Ooh, I'm so excited. Now I only need the pink outer case. I hope they make that eventually for my floral version of the binders. Now we're gonna be in my ZB1 binder. I collect Jiyoung. He is my bias. As you can see, I have a lot of back collecting to do. And look how many cards they have for their next comeback. Like, I get it. It's their first album, and this potentially could be the last comeback for their current lineup. We'll see how the contract negotiations go, but who knows, we might lose some members, kind of like Kepler, unfortunately. But there are so many cards for this comeback. It's actually kind of insane. There's like 4 cards per album version. And then we have a couple for the Digipack version. And then the Slam Dunk version, I think there's also 4 cards. Like, what in the world? And then I'm going to put the Scent one here so that the keyring cards can go on the same row. I guess it's not too bad. There's 17 cards, but I am very excited for the comeback because the music video teaser sounds so good. I'm so excited for this new title track. Next is my Mark collection. Luckily for the NCT comeback, there was only like 4 cards to collect. I might need to move this collection though into that black binder I just showed because this binder is filling up so fast and there's so many cards I still need to back collect. And I also need to fit his solo album photo cards. So yeah, I'm definitely going to move it into that black binder actually. But yeah, that's all I needed to set up for Mark today. Now we're in my Stray Kids binder and we're going to set up for my Han collection. I did end up pulling one of Han's accordion versions, I believe. So I do have that on the way. Very excited for that. But I collect OT8 for the accordion version, so I'm going to have that in my OT8 section of this binder. But I think it was like the same amount of photo cards. Okay, OT8 section. So I'm collecting the accordion version and then the POB. And then I'm going to be storing the Karma set that came with the album as well. So I have this last page for that. And I'll be getting the rest of my pre-orders for the Karma album in the future as well. So keep an eye out for that. All right, and last but not least, we're going to be working on my TXT collection. I collect OT5, so I did end up making these custom fillers that I'm very excited about. I did the same thing with my La Seraphim collection, and I loved how those turned out. So I wanted to do the same for TXT. You guys, there are so many cards for this new album. It literally has me contemplating if I want to collect every set or not, because there's just so many. But I'm gonna do my best. I'm gonna try. It might just take me a little longer than it usually does. So I did write on the top which album version and set these are from. I'm going to try to make every page match the best I can. So these 3 sets are in the same concept. And I left spaces on top for every card. So once I start collecting, we can keep track of which card I need and if it's on the way or not. I definitely try to keep track of when the card is on the way and where it's coming from. Also, not really TXT related, but do you guys like Cordis? I really like the first 2 songs they came out with. I think Go is such a bop. And then their other song, I really like the English version. It features an American artist, and I think the English version sounds so good. And it was cool because the music video for that song was filmed in Utah, and I'm from Utah, so I was like, whoa, that's actually crazy. But I think they're a really cool group, and it's really cool that they choreograph their own stuff and that one of them is a really successful producer, honestly. Like, he's done so many of our favorite songs from other groups. So I would love to support them, get a couple albums for them. Just from like initially watching them and their stages, I think my bias would be Martin. I would love to collect all his cards just because he's so talented. But it's definitely hard to choose like a standout from that group. They're a really good like cohesive group so far. If I didn't have prior knowledge of Martin being like a producer, I probably wouldn't really have like a strong leaning toward a bias yet. And who knows, maybe over time when the album comes out, I will have chosen a different bias. Yeah, I'm excited for the album to come out because I really want to have Go on Spotify. And the dance is so cool. I would love to learn the dance. All right, well, I have this all set up. Very excited. And that completes everything I needed to work on for this binder maintenance video. Thanks for hanging out with me while we did this. I'm so excited to have set up for all these new comebacks. Definitely it feels so nice to be more organized. And I'm so excited to have that new binder. Again, if you're interested in any of these supplies, I have links in my my description, and I have discount codes. My next video will be a storing video where I will be filling out some of these pockets that we set up for. But yeah, I hope you guys have an amazing weekend, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!